Nope, it's already rolling. The timeline's pre-rendered. I'm buffering inside of it. Okay, we're clawing upward, guys, and the numbers, they're here, they're not low, they go hollow, they echo, the sub count, it's a heartbeat, it's a flat line, I can hear it. You guys are really cool, I say, but it comes out. That's the bad ending. That's the route where the anime protagonist forgets their side quest and becomes a background character in their own visual novel. You know, continue, new game, bad ending. Hover it over. I thought I could do it. I know I could do it. I had a phase, no in arc, where I uploaded modernity, digidaily, but you know, the algorithm, it doesn't like the conveyor belts anymore. It just wants the spectacle. So, you know, we're just gonna stitch some of it together. We're gonna put it out, and you guys will, you know, fucking eat that shit up. Whatever, you know, if you don't like it, I'm sure you're gonna skip ahead. You're gonna skip me. You're gonna skip all the parts where I was coherent and go for the incoherent parts. Okay, you know what? Now we're gonna talk about anime. Why? Because the notes said so. Why? Because the notes are a lot. No, they're suggestions. Well, they're kind of commands. I mean, they're kind of disguised as suggestions, but they're kind of the law, you know? Anyway, the dialogue options, you know, they all lead to the same branch, so it seems like it's anime, right? Listening to anime. Not watching, listening. Important distinction, you know, like the vision part is just a little too violent. The audio part, you know, if we say we're listening to the anime, it's a little like soft. It's like ambient anime. You like an anime beach episode, you know? But like, imagine like a beach episode, but it's like, you know, stretched across days, you know? But that's what we're talking about, you know, we're talking about that, the opposite of content, the anti-content, you know, the commentator's drift, you know? Oh, like, we're talking about some, you know, Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko. We're talking about some aria, not Ari Ferretta, you know? We're talking about that comfrey void, the background hum, the place where nothing matters, you know? We're talking about the algorithmic spikes, the peaks, the engagement, the ball that hits every second, the highlights, the critics, the lowlights, you know? We listen, we dissolve, let's take a flashback, it's re-zero, it's 4-1, it doesn't matter. Whatever, fuck the numbers, you know? We're gonna cheer into the void, we're gonna press like and subscribe. The outcome's predetermined elsewhere. The algorithmic potential is what's governing our destiny. This is esports. This is YouTube. This is live. Right? Why we feel pride in it? Whatever. Why feel... Okay, we're gonna cut back. No cuts. Competitive gaming. Okay, wait, what? It killing fun? Okay. The answer is yes and no, and neither and both, and the question is malformed because it's about optimization versus casual versus competitive. Okay, desire is machinic. The machine doesn't care, right? Clean lines, clinical death. Everything's balanced, nothing alive. Okay, and then there's fucking, you know, that other video game with cartoon bodies and rubber physics and people dancing and whatever, you know, they call them friendlies, they call them profits, they escape the system, they, oh god, but it is fun, kind of, I guess. I mean, fun is imbalance, fun is excess, you know, fun is, you know, the system failing to regulate desire, I guess. In the newer iterations, you know, they fix it, like, the new systems, you know, like, the new people born, like, they're balanced, they're smooth, you know, we got the smooth brains, they're killing it, they're mogging, they remove the joy in the name of fairness, you know, fairness, right? Anyway, oh, a nostalgia critic. Actually, anyway, a YouTuber analyzing media infinite recursion. Anyway, you know, like, we used to find things through friends, like more like word of mouth, you know, like pre-algorithmic innocence, you know? The internet was smaller, or, you know, I was smaller, or Flash games were smaller, or video games were smaller, or, you know, like, I guess visual novels were smaller, you know, you could play them on old machines. Actually, you gave them a knife. Actually, you gave them some timestamps. Actually, they zoomed over. Actually, the zoomers are watching lots of YouTube. Actually, my face becomes low res. Actually, it's an anime flicker that flickers on and off. My eyes are too big, my mouth are desynced, and speak, and the subtitles appear before them. Oh, I hope you enjoy. Oh, hope is deprecated. Oh, hope is conditional. Oh, enjoyment is conditional. Oh, subscribers fluctuate like unstable currency. Oh, final thought or first thought, or maybe the solution is not daily uploads. Maybe the solution is not optimization. Maybe the solution is an anime beach episode with an arrow gay character who whispers your name incoherently and it feels more correct than anything else. Maybe the solution is, you know, like, become like background noise, you know, like the same way that historically, you know, and like, one way to look at the history of Moe is to think about, you know, the harem anime, like the visual novel kind of stuff, and if you imagine the kind of the harem, but then you slowly like remove the main character, right? The Shujinko, right? He suddenly fades into the back of the wall. You know, he's on some fucking DXM. He's on the disassociative, fade into the back of the wall. No one's noticing him, and that's you. That's the viewer, right? You are no longer the self-insert. You are the fly. You are the proverbial fly on the proverbial wall. You are basking in the Iyashike atmosphere, right? The Fuiki, right? Maybe the solution is just that, right? Just refuse the spike, you know? We're just gonna list in a long, slow, eroge, well, we're not even the Shujinko. We're just a background character, okay? That's what it's all about right now, and that's all we got for today, so that's all we got right now, but I think we're gonna need a lot more considering apparently that was only 5 minutes. Holy fuck.
So what is defacement? It's not a book. It's not an act. It's graffiti on theory. It's theory on graffiti. You approach it thinking, okay, what? Anthropology? Okay, yeah, it was assigned to me actually when I was at school by Dejan Lukic. I mean, it had stuff about like meaning and symbols and maybe, oh, nope, it's only surfaces. And actually what happens when you damage a surface? Well, when you damage a surface, it's not destruction, right? Defacement isn't destruction, that's the trick. The trick is that it's actually it's the hallucination the book gives you, because you're defacing something by removing its meaning, right? But it's actually producing meaning, of course, through damage, right? So it's actually, instead of removing meaning, it's actually an additive process because, you know, you scratch the face and now it's a scratch face. It's not a scrape face minus a scratch, right? It's actually a face minus some, you know, tissue. It's actually a face that, you know, has had a scratch etched into it. It's actually an additive process, right? As they say, it's, you know, the face now speaks louder, right? Or if you censor an image, right, it's the absence of it screams, right? If you blur something, it becomes more visible, in a sense, as in you draw more attention to it, right? Negative space is a form of hyper-visibility. So, you know, like a cute anime face, right? Anyway, talks like this thing called like public secrecy, you know, everyone knows it, but no one says it. It's like an eroge route, you're not supposed to unlock, but the game file's already, you know, they're already in your folder, but you're not meant to open them, and then, but when you do, the game pretends you didn't do it, and it's a public secret, but it's like visible but unspeakable, and it's like, it's about how you touch that zone, right? You know, you don't reveal the secret directly, that would kill it. You scratch around it, you distort the surface, you let the secret leak through the cracks, right? The example is like a monument, you know, like a statue in the city square. It's like, it's clean, it's official, it's untouchable, right? But then someone defaces it, right? Someone sprays paint, right? They spray painted it, you know. They go out and now suddenly everyone's looking at it, right? They've drawn additional attention to that monument, right? The act of defacing it doesn't erase the monument, it activates it, right? It turns it back, you know, from an object into, you know, a contentious becomes an active site of meaning, and the meaning erupts from it, and the conflict around it becomes invisible, right? So a monument is always political in that sense. You can't see that it's political because it's smooth before it's active. Right, so the smooth surfaces with the lines, right? Like it's you know, not unlike the striated surfaces, right? But like, you know, it's explained, but it's also not explained, because, you know, Tasha, he doesn't explain. He circles, right? He's there to uncover, right? He performs defacement in the writing itself, right? So there's this meta thing going on in it, right? Where you try to follow the clean argument, and suddenly the text, it's like off going into a story, but then it's memory, and then it's like almost into something logical in the structure, but starts to dissolve. But of course that's intentional, right? The book doesn't want it to be a polished face, it actually wants it to be very scratched, because of course, like, then, oh, phew, eroge, only one option works, you know, it says, anyway, it's about the quiet violence, not the spectacle violence, but, like, you know, like the violence of, like, covering something up, right? Of censorship, of redaction, right? Of black bars over, you know, of the censorship, like they do in the arrow. You know, like, have you ever heard, I heard a quotation one time of, like, a Japanese person saying that, like, they felt wrong when they first saw, like, a decensored hentai being called porn, because they felt like it had taken some of the mystery and the out of it. Almost like the act of having it censored was more sexy. That's not exactly the same, but it has a little bit of that kind of thing, right? The labor of the negative, right? The work done by absence, right? The effort of not showing, right? You know, the overexposed emotion, you know? And that's the opposite of news, right? If you think about like a clickbait face, a thumbnail, right? That's the opposite. You know, that's too much face. That's no mystery. It's dead, right? But defacement, it brings the mystery back, right? It ruins the image. It interrupts it, right? It interferes, you could say. It makes it kind of, you could say incomplete, but also it makes the absence of the thing more visible by the internet, right? So in a sense, it like highlights the original identity of the thing and the reaction to the identity. In a sense, it's, you know, if I present like a clean, coherent style, it'll be boring. So forgettable. But if I present this more kind of, you know, like complicated, you know, like is it sincere, is it performative, like where is the text, like generated from, you know, like how is my affect behind it related to my actual mental state, do I like how much stock do I put in these words and I'm carefully constructing the image and put out there for the public perform a certain kind of identity or an aesthetic, like none of that, like that's kind of less interesting than just like what the thing is, if you could say that the illusion behind the object, you know, it's that was death, right? Even the bringing that into the conversation as a kind of doubt or variable makes it a less flat object, right? You know, the system accelerates clarity until it collapses into lips, right? But you think like the opposite, or the opposite possible, you know, you scratch it first, right? Like public secrecy, get, right? Think about the platform, right? Everyone knows the auto ships everything. No one really talks about it in a way that kind of like breaks it, right? We orbit it. I mean, not that we could break it anyway. We perform around it, right? We deface it with irony, absurdity, with refusal, but never directly, you know? Because like if you expose it fully, you know, just like you have to critique, of course. You know, and then you become actually disturbed by itself, right? You become living in its image. Because actually all, you know, kind of gravitational field of that is as powerful as it is, right? Anyway, okay, I'm not really properly explaining anything here, but anyway, that's correct, kind of good. I think you know. Anyway, if I was completely trying to explain the book, it would kind of be doing it a service, it would betray it, you know, like polishing, it would be removing, you know, the scratches, the text as something that's already being defaced by the author, and probably here by the industry. So instead, we're going to just have some fragments, some images half erased, some concepts half formed, you know. But you know, when that happens, like it's not what's oh no, fuck. It's what is interfered with by damage, by interruption, by the refusal of smoothness. Okay, no one wants to hear me singing. Who are we? Who do we fucking think we? 1 second. Who do we fucking think we are? What? No. This time. Okay. It looks a bit more real now, no? I think it looks a bit more real now. Shit, did someone draw over it?
Contact with a test. 1, 2, 3.
Attention all units, the air is being held for emergency traffic only.
So destination Washington.
So this must be the end of this chapter, yeah? Because this has got to be the segue into the black box chapter.
Look no further. With our wide selection of products, Traders is your one-stop shop. If you're having trouble finding something or have any questions, feel free to ask a staff member near you. We will do our very best to help you. Whether you are looking to sell or shop, you can come to Trader here in Akihabara, and we will take care of the rest for you. When checking out, please use the checkout counter on the floor where you found the product, and refrain from taking products to other floors.
I think now we're going to read the rest of Imouto Tasha Paradise. Let's get that started up. I hope you enjoyed the introduction to our variety stream today. Alright. So, where we left off with this visual novel, which we were having a terrible time with, was I think we only have 4 segments left in the section we were reading. The real question is how much longer it is after that. My thought is it's probably an epilogue after that with the Imouto. If I had to bet, that's what would be going down. This is our attempt to remedy the fact that when we attempted to do the summer variety stream recently, we just ended up playing Deltarune the whole time. So it didn't really have any of the trappings that the seasonal variety streams usually have, and then I felt bad that I hadn't done an actual seasonal variety stream. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we can make that happen today. We can do a seasonal variety stream. And I like doing the variety streams. They're a bit more, how shall we say, experimental, diverse by definition. Oh wait, actually we need to put in the controller first. People might remember that this has been a very technically difficult game to get going. Oh, let's actually also, we should check and make sure we don't have a bunch of effects on our voice. Do we? Oh, we do. Epic. Well, that was somewhat unintentional, but we can work with it. Let's not have Steam on here. We actually don't need Steam at all. I think we'll get rid of the effects for the VN, but let's load in first. Oh, here it is. Perfect. And then we should get Luna up as well. And Scarum says it's Unum time. Hello, welcome to the stream. We just gotta get Luna booted up and hooked. If you remember, the setup for this is a bit unwieldy, as in we're constantly having to rejig around where on screen we have this little window that's displaying the English text for people, because of the fact that this game is running in NVL format, and not ADV format. You probably know about this. The ADV and NVL formats for visual novels, and this one's in NVL, which means when it hooks it, there is a function that should be preventing it from doing this, but what will often happen is, like, in the segment you're in, it'll just redisplay every single line and the recent one as well. So then this thing that hooks it just gets, piled up with a huge amount of text. Oh, also the game hasn't loaded, but that's because this game doesn't load unless you're selected on the screen. Let's hope that's the reason why it hasn't been loading. Okay, yeah. It's hooked. It looks like it's hooked. Yeah. I think this is, we'll wait until we get in. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's going to recapture all of that material anyway, so. Oh, let's get ready to read. Wait, is that the wrong button? No, it's right. Okay, here we go. I might have read a couple lines since we left off in the previous stream, but ooh, where is this taking it from? Okay, one of them takes it from Orewa Seikatsu. Where is that? I don't even see Orewa Seikatsu in quotation marks anywhere here. Okay, well we're obviously taking the top one then. I guess that is what we usually been taking. I wanted to double check and see if there was potentially a better option. Oh, and now we will remove the effects from the voice. Because let's be real, we don't want that messing with what little audio this VN has in the first place. Okay, I think that's everything we need here. Oh, the game actually will probably need to be turned up quite a bit because it's at PSO levels, and we should make sure the game has no effects on it too. The game does have effects. Cool. We've turned that off. Perfect. Nice. Let's go. Oh, actually, also we need the padding on. That's important. Perfect. Now we're ready. That's the setup here. I'm hoping this game doesn't have more than 2 hours left of for us to read. I'm kind of forgetting which segment we're in. Oh, okay, it's this dude. Refresher that Renya isn't actually our main character's name. Oh, we should probably check the... Oh, the mix look like it's probably alright for this. But one sec, I have to pull this up. I'm just trying to get in the habit of always having a character list pulled up for recognizing all the character kana or kanji. So our boy is Hatsuya. It will always tell you it's called Renya. That's not his name. That's just what they call him here. How am I liking it so far? I am very much disliking it. Like everybody else, it seems. I would say it's in the 2 out of 10 range. We are hopefully towards the end. It's a fairly short read, although we're taking our time. Yeah, I can see why everyone's calling it pretentious. Let's put it that way. It's very complainy. It's very complainy, very like looking down on everyone. But also, it doesn't back that up with interesting ideas is part of the problem. It does have a couple cool presentation things, like I appreciate the bordering. Like it has a number of trappings that clearly wants to take from early Dempage. The OST I think has been pretty good, not all the time. Honestly, this part's blasting my ears a bit right now. I don't know how it is for you. Tell me if you think it's too loud. But at least in my headphones, I'm turning it down. Yeah, it's I like the bordering. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sometimes the borders are animated as well. That's been interesting, and it's trying to comment on a lot of contemporary roles in Japanese society, and like technology and shit. But it doesn't do so very deftly, let's say. And I'm saying this as someone who overall liked the Needy Girl Overdose game, although I think it got a little, like, I didn't play even all the endings, even though I know what happens, I guess, but like, I don't know, it was just a bit much. And then, you can see the borders are animated a little bit here, you can even see. It's very subtle here, it's just like light or something, it looks like, or whatever. Like something in the light. Oh, it's like smoke, actually. You can see it in these corners, too. They are cool. And I like the Needy Girl Overdose anime as well, unlike most people again. I really liked it, in fact. It's probably my 3rd favorite anime so far this year out of new shows. Even though you could describe it as Zoomer LARPer or whatever, or style over substance or whatever. I mean, I kind of superimposed my own meta-narrative on top of it that made it exciting, but... Anyway, that's all to say that I feel like I might be a little more inclined to be charitable to this than other people, and I am not liking it either, so. It also, I think one thing I feel really annoyed about is there's some things where I can't tell if he's just trying to recreate like early VN energy, like he has no voice acting in it at all, so far at least. And I think we're most of the way through. Yeah, and it's like, dude, he already had like successful game. Like, But I don't know. I feel like there's no reason why he couldn't have voice actors. Unless this is like a really low budget. It certainly makes it worse for me, just that fact. But there are a number of other things that feel cheap. Like, maybe, oh, this background maybe too. This one is like a little less so, but almost all the backgrounds feel like they are processed photos. Like they just went around and took a lot of pictures and then applied some like post-processing to them and then stuck them inside of the border. I guess there's a few that haven't been like that. The dinner table segment wasn't. There was like, I think some of the stuff in the family segment wasn't photography. But almost all the backgrounds, a majority of the backgrounds have been photos. I think this one is probably a photo. It's a little more slightly disguised than some of the others, but it looks like a photo to me. Which also happened in old VNs. I think like Higurashi has like a bunch of photo backgrounds. That's not, I don't know. Maybe that happened more than I realized. But like a PC98 game obviously has like gorgeous looking backgrounds. In some of the like early Denpa, like I haven't played it, but everything I've seen from like Sayonara Oshiete, I think has really beautiful backgrounds. Or it's just, it's all like one image, I guess, is the thing. There's no foreground background a lot of the time. It's one. It's not like they just superimpose a sprite over it. Say crunch photos can be a vibe, but I guess it depends a bit on the expectations. Yeah. You saw I love the ones in Higurashi and Umineko. Yeah, I think that's kind of what he wants to be going forward with this. But when I see this, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't loved the backgrounds. They definitely contrast with the border. Like they help it peek out of the border in a way because the borders are never photography. But I'm sure almost everybody playing this hates the protagonist, which is maybe partly the point. Like, if you wanted to be really generous, you would say that it's kind of like a meta commentary on young artists who like look down on other roles in society and like, you know, that kind of like a dive into that mindset from someone who's like that. That's like a very generous perspective on it. Because I'm not really sure you could even say it excels in that. But the premise so far, I'll do the quick catch up. Your protagonist, who's not this guy, you are 19-year-old light novelist, a university student who has just won a competition with your first light novel volume, and now you are in a sarampu, trying to write your second light novel volume, and you're like a Denpa Hiki type, but also kind of not really because it seems like a middle ground. Like you were maybe more Denpa Hiki. You have an Imouto who's like full Hiki, doesn't go to school, and is like a genius. And then kind of like the parents that are like in the middle of kind of breaking up or whatever. And your character goes to university, and you're part of this like literature club at the university. But because you just become a published light novelist, like you're like a little better than them, and this guy is in that club, and you guys are currently in this segment working to present something at the upcoming like it's like a komiket, but it's for literature students or like literary people. It's like a literature. Yeah, it says shit like this under here, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's what's going on in this segment. But you've generally just been like, you had there was an arc. You can complete them kind of out of order. There's like 3 segments in these different arcs in the stage we've been at. There's 6 different arcs and there's 3 segments in each of them. So you have to complete those sequentially. But after each one, you can pick any, to go off on any of the others. So we're on, I think, the second maybe in the like literature club arc or whatever.
But usually it's your guy looking down on other people. There was like one where he was going on dates with some girl who was like hitting him up on Instagram. And then there was one where it was your like high school friend and he's like, you're growing apart, you were both otaku, but he's like got a normie job, or he's like in the process, he gets a normie job by the end of that arc, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm like a young artist, light novelist type. And then there's one you're working like a part-time job at a konbini, so that's also one of the arcs. It tries to do a lot in its small runtime, which is maybe also part of the problem. Considering on VNDV, people are saying they're reading it in under 4.5 hours. On G10.moe, there wasn't that many votes, but it was looking like it was 7, which is closer to me. I think I've already put in 10. But I've been streaming during all of it. Oh yeah, so this is the thing we have to constantly be mindful of. Always a pain when we have to look something up like this. It wouldn't be so bad if this didn't fucking deselect every time. Yeah. This is too. Yeah. Okay. I see. So is this like Shori or something? What is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shori Mitsuretsu. Coherent. Like that. Okay. It's so interesting that he used the term Faust writers. Do people know what this refers to? This is like, I'm pretty sure, this is referring to this collection of like light novel. I don't really know how that would make sense though. Maybe I'm wrong, because there's this collection. It's like it's pretty famous, like light novelist collection that was published like quarterly in the early 2000s. Called Faust magazine, I guess. And it had like Nasu from Fate, I think, wrote in it. Nisio Isin, who did Monogatari and whatnot, wrote in it. Who else wrote in it? Like the dude who did Boogie Pop, Kohei Kodono did it, wrote in it. Like a bunch of these like dark light novelists. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna have to look it up. I can read it now, but I keep on forgetting. I made a card for it, but I haven't like gotten around to repping the card. This word for author, that appears a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the word for author, but I just keep on forgetting what it is. Saka. They're the Faust writers. Let me get that up for you. Whoa. Oh. It's really doing the thing again. Oh my gosh, it's truly doing the thing to an absurd degree. Actually, notably, our filter hasn't worked. Hey, let's just check. Our filter hasn't worked once today, has it? Where is it? The text processing? One. Yeah, I mean, that's so fucking brutal, man. We literally have it set to extract one line, and this is what it extracts. Why? I have no clue. All you want is one line. Give me one line. One line from the bottom. Moe no 4コマの世界にだってあるんだ Oh my god That's pretty funny. He's on his Howard Blast kick. He's reffing Gochiusa. Who do you think he thinks the literary giants of Yonkoma Moe Yonkoma no the giant literary giants of Moe Yonkoma no Sekai are? Who are they, huh? Tashikani Moe wa roku desu ne. Yeah, of course. He's saying Moe is rock. So now we're on to the more kind of like Moe is punk rock approach. Oh, so desu ne. Tashikani Moe wa roku desu ne. Okay, pretty funny. Pretty funny. あって美少女たちだけでストーリーを展開する最高にロックですね。なるほど。 それに比べて、お前の作品は今回は撮っていた変わりない Oh yeah, like yeah, okay, yeah. Your work this time, your work doesn't have the feeling of cuteness. How do you need it? What is this all? What effect is he trying to get across? But like, I guess Atama no Naka can be like a kind of phrase that you throw out in katakana. Kind of weird. I don't know. Sakuhin, oh my gosh. He's a big Maeda fan. I gotta look a couple words up. Like that. Wait. No. I must be getting it wrong. That can't be what it is, really? Well, let's take them separately and see. It's a name. Okay, that's what it, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's like what their thing. Okay. Oh, I can look at it. It's the idiot. Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, which is what he was calling them earlier. Here. He called them. Okay, yep. Damn, is this like a Jun Maeda call out? It's like, bro, let's find out what year Sakaguchi's The Idiot is from, huh? He's like, oh, Jun Maeda, like this story is from this age, you know? I know where you got that from. Let's see, let's find out when it's from. We're gonna have to check this out. The Idiot is from... It's probably pretty famous, to be honest. What year is it from? 1946. 1946. That's pretty crazy. Gendai no Takutachi nara. We do know it, it's true. We know it. I think our main character is feeling a little intimidated by this guy being like, "Moe anime, that's punk rock." You know, you're writing your light novel, but your light novel isn't very moe. So you gotta be a little more literary genius like the moe yonkama writers. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. That's how it is. What? Usabusa? Is it something like Usabusa? What, like, how would you say that? Usabusa? Usagusa? What do we think it's gonna be? Usu, okay. Usu. It's just repeated. For some reason I thought it would have been like modified and repeated a little bit or something. Maybe. Nope. Usu. Yeah, I mean, I knew it comes from Usui, but... Damn, he dropped it again. Oh. We gotta cover up the moe, sorry. Not gonna show it. So there we go. It is mortal, not in the least. This. Oh my god. Like, I don't know. Uo Sao. Moving about in confusion. It's always interesting, huh? When do I ever not say interesting upon stumbling a new random word, especially one of these larger ones? Ara iru tende, sonoba o kuki o yonde, uo sao to kurayami o tobimawaru. Oh well, I still didn't mess this up, that's funny. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. That's Komori, yeah. Well, I'd almost gotten it right when I was trying to remember what bat was the other day. Shikashi karera. No, yeah, karera koso. Sumen wo. Whoops. God. Honestly, these beach trousers don't have bad designs. I would have been able to see more of this art style. Whoa, what's this word? It is Kita. Kita. What is sort of Kita nai? Igen de in desu ka? Baka yaro hon. Atarimae daro. Baka yaro. Atarimae daro. 僕らは本気で物語やってんだから。Okay, let's see what he says. Honky day, probably true. So they did. Ki satsu sakuhin no Akuri Akuri. What is that? Let's try. Let's look that up. Is that like a word for ripoff or something? Shaping up. Plagiarism. It is a word for plagiarism. Interesting. Pakuri. Oh my god. Pakuri damon. Yeah. Okay. Damn, look at this guy. He's just like, dude, just write your harem light novel. Stop trying to be Jun Maeda. You like the B shoujo, just go do it. Go write your harem light novel, man. Not only that, but at least when I just looked down to go look this up for the English, it looks like this is gonna be fucking like some like Subahibi lol. Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. What the hell? So he's like, he's implying the dude read Subahibi and bought some Wittgenstein and was like, you know, hasn't been looking at it, and he's trying too much to be like the VN authors. He's trying to be like the VN authors when he's just like, dude, stop trying to be like the VN authors. Just write your harem. Just write your harem light novel. Your ecchi harem light novel. Pero, yeah. Harem chore. Ero raito noboru. Happy now. Yeah. I mean, I guess he is writing a light novel, but he's writing a light novel that's like, you know. There is something kind of funny about the main character telling this guy in his club to write less pretentiously in this game that everyone is calling pretentious. Like everyone is saying that this game has pretentious writing, but then it's also it's funny the advice he's giving. See if we can get this to work. Is it gonna roll over next? Hopefully. Let's see. At least somewhat higher up. Super Tero Sore. Confused about one word there, or it could be it could also just be parsing it poorly. Here we go. I guess this is just one word, and then it's wakasu no bunsu. No, okay, it is one word. Okay. Muda hachibun. Ostracism. Where are we? Here we go. Yeah. Hoppu. Okay, we got a few things we're probably gonna have to look up here. We gotta look up this it's 2 words I believe, but let's try. Yeah, Shihon. Oh, is this the word for capitalism again? We encountered it a few times yesterday. Yeah, exactly. Shihon shuki, which is the word for capitalism. Correct? Correct. Yes. Shihon shugi. Shihon shugi. Yeah. Shihon shugi. Kiss no boku wa. Oh my gosh. Chine. At the end of that segment, yeah. Okay, so now we get each of these segments has been bookended by quotations, with the first one being by some like piece of literature or something, and the last one being like there's a conversation with the Imouto that like ends with a black and then like a quotation. Wait, I just realized I think I was doing something the other day to make this stream slightly like larger. Let's see if I can do that actually. How was I doing this? I think what I did is I just moved it up like that. Then move this over. Does that work? Kind of. Like that. I don't know. At least it's a little bigger now. Kind of nice now. Then I just pop me down a little farther over too. Hey, much better. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Oni-chan, ikari wa jibun. Whoa, these ones, I know like no words with this kanji. I don't think, at least. I think we might have already looked this up even yesterday. Or the other day. Whatever day it was. One of the days. There was a day, and it was a day in which we looked it up because that was a day in which we played this game, and the thing came up, and we looked it up, and then there was a word, and it looked the same as this word. That segment took us so damn long. Did it actually take us almost an hour to do that segment? After getting it? That's crazy. We need to be reading a little faster than that. I think we must have been going much faster the other day. Was that the last one of No, that was Sadu? No, that was the bat, and that's why it was Koumori. Okay. Shall we finish that one then, and then we'll move on to the last two of Sadu, and then hopefully it's just an epilogue. Hopefully there's like 4 sections left in this game, and we can be done with it. Morite Sumimasen. I don't know who said it. I'm bad with my proper nouns. Proper nouns are hard. Zankoku. Okay. There it was again. Kinenjuken. The examination for one school without that's quite the word. Kinenjuken. Kinenjuken. Oh my gosh, what? Fuko and Kanja実際に福岡ラカンダカイタラ通じるのかまあ福岡ならちょっとわかりますまあこのNo. Rodaro. Oh my god, are we gonna have to look this up? That's embarrassing. This is the word I should definitely know. Let's check it out. Kado, Tato. It was Tato. I was right the first. Damn you. Damn you. The professional line. It's funny. Very Howard blasting with even the line for professional quality and everything. That's interesting. I never would have guessed those if I didn't look down. You also have flowers. Jingoga. Oh my gosh. Fucking passive aggressive conversation between these writers. Let's just check this one out quickly. I feel like it's a word I should know, but we'll see. It is a word I have a card for. Damn you. Sign. What? Shani. Ga. Zenbu, Desyo, Zenbu. Make it stop, huh? This is such a funny term. They do like calling things the line for like I know about the Manabi line, which was like the number of DVDs that needed to be sold to break even in the market. Which I never really, well, I guess it's break even for like the average anime production or something. Like Manabi Straight just broke even. It was just a little bit profitable. Hey, senpai. Oh, got it, chaimashita. Hopefully that's the end of this segment. I'm exhausted too. Not in general, I'm exhausted of this VN. Oh my. On Salem? Who the F is Gamma? I don't know if you're using gay. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, my guy. Right now, the conversation that's happening in this game is between you and the senpai at your university literature club, who he's like kind of like an online critic guy, but he's also like really into Moe Yonkama stuff, and he has written a, well, right now you've just done a like Komiket type of doujin convention, but for like literature with your university club. You guys published a collection, but because you're the only one who's published, like you had your first book published and it won a prize recently, so now you had fans, so it sold out all 50 copies, and now that's what's going on. It's like the aftermath of that con, of that, yeah, of that doujin convention where you guys have been going back and forth against each other. Ne senpai. No tasukete yo. Kawa senpai. This fucker commenting is a predator and robot. Who are you talking about? There's no one else commenting right now other than you. Someone commented earlier, and I'm like pretty certain that's not the case. Let's put it that way. Like I can almost, I mean, I guess I wouldn't for sure know, but my guess is they don't even play Roblox. It's someone I kind of know. I mean, yeah, so I would be pretty surprised if that was the case. I wouldn't. Let's put it this way: I wouldn't just accept that accusation at face value, and I'm not sure what gives you grounds to say that. You probably shouldn't just be saying that about people willy-nilly. In fact, you definitely shouldn't be saying that about people willy-nilly. Scam has been disconnected for a while, but you definitely shouldn't be calling Scam. Yeah, that's not chill, I think. In fact, like, I'm sorry, Hassan Salem, but like, unless you have a good reason why you wrote that, I'm absolutely gonna have to retract that message on your part, because that's just not a chill thing to be accusing people of, you know. Like where you, okay, whatever. Word for capitalism again. What was it again? Shihon. Fuck. Shihon Koji? Are we gonna get it right this time? The word for capitalism? Shihon Koji? Gi. Shihon Shuji. Shugi. Shihon Shugi. Oh my god. Shihon Shugi. We're gonna have to learn that. Not that that's coming up in most visual novels. I imagine that's a pretty rare VN word to encounter. Yeah, well, I'll talk about becoming honmono. Okay, we finished that segment. Nice. 2 more of these segments remaining, and then hopefully there's just an epilogue. So because there's 3 segments in each of these, we've done 2 segments or we've done 1 segment in this section. Wait, who's it by? It's by Sazan Orusutazu. Sazan Orusu. Sazan Orusu. Wait, let's Erotica. Erotica 7? Wait, let's look up what media this is from first. So I'm pretty sure it is from a song by a band. It looks like. Wait. Yeah. It's a song. It's from a song. Yeah. Sazan Oru Stazu. Oh my god, why was that so painful to read? It's Southern All Stars is what that's supposed to say in katakana. Right? So these are the lyrics. Erotica 7 by Southern All Stars. Sazan Oru Stazu. Well, I like the animated background here. Did we see this one before already? This is our Konbini job one. This is Dokudami, if you remember. Oh my god, not this fucking OST. 1 second, I'm gonna fill up my water because I didn't get up to take my hourly 1-minute break. I'm just gonna fill up some water. You guys can enjoy this gorgeous BGM. Well, let's move this over a bit so we can maximize the space from here. That's a little better. Yanni Kusai. Damn, that chain smoking smell. We all learned what Yanni meant this season. Damn, our boy is hating on people who smoke cigarettes but don't dress or look like people in like old films. I guess not that old, he's saying Showa era, but that's hilarious. He's like, oh, you guys think smoking is cool, but you don't even look cool like the people who used to smoke. Our boy is definitely winning out for the edgiest Shujinko award. Well, actually, I haven't checked the mix at all. Let's see how terrible this is. 1 second, it's gonna... Wasn't too bad. Maybe just a little too loud. Could also just be it's this fucking BGM that's doing it. Butいいんですか？帰っちゃいましたよ。俺は後悔するつもりだった人。わはは、帰ったら帰ったでいいんだよ。そしたら、コンビニじゃねえのに練習、wait, yeah, 練習? No, yeah? No, it's not that. We'll have to look that up. But you can talk, together. You two can talk together. Let's check out, make sure we get that word right. For some reason I wanted to say it was a Renshu, but it's not. Let's see. Wait, is it? Ah, wait. It's your boy's name. Oh my god, it's based on his name again. And he was just like adding this to it. Oh my gosh. Lol, it's his name. Of course it's his name. Hongo no ano hito to no kanke toka. Oops. Well, whoops. Okay, we're gonna have to move it up. That's getting ridiculous. Oh, it's about to roll over anyway. Okay. Perfect timing. Baiku ga skiなんだよ. Okay, you guys, just remember that we're getting close. Honestly, is this not maybe like a better way to do it? I guess it does cover stuff, but the nice thing is it will never cover my text. I guess it's just less convenient to read, maybe. I don't know. We can try it out. The Saimo? Yeah. 動物的なんだが、いや、そうなのかもな。そう考えたって俺がいい。多分。痛がり。something. Well. Nice, I think that's the end of that segment. We're making it through! Oh no, we're gonna have the Imouto scene, of course. Yeah. How could I forget? Then we get the Imouto quotation, or whatever little thing she's gonna say. Yeah, Imouto Tasha. No mi sote. Andamu. What is this word they're using for life there? Oh god, lifetime. Interesting. One more. Let's go. One more. One more. And then hopefully it's just an epilogue after that. Another song, I believe. Oh, was this moving so much before? Dokudami, man, what a dude. Shimata. Sondaro Ate Shimata. Beginner's Raku. Beginner's luck. Okay. Shiro Fun. Uto Makete Tara. Rocket Ganai. Yeah, okay. Kashi no. Yeah, okay, the people who run the good. Yeah. Dose Nara Kaete Hoshi. Tokyaku ni. Oh no, man. He's gonna try to get us hooked on the pachinko parlor, no? We're not. I thought we were not going, right? No, are we going? I know I've seen this before, but it's just interesting. It's a cool looking kanji for sure. Very cool looking. You did say you were gonna quit, like, in the first, like, even before this whole big, like, you know, choose the order you want to do it in section. Like, your first Konbini section, you had mentioned that you were gonna quit soon. I hate this music so much. I want it to die. I want the music to stop. We just go full English to power through this section. I really just like well, for my pride I kinda don't want to. Also I really just want to we can't even change it, can we? Oh, that's pretty funny. Really funny, we can't. Well, too bad. I guess we'll just have to look at this. I want to mob through this. I'm like I'm not feeling Inu jane. Wahaha ja Ijunesu partner ka? 小説のネタには十分なほど変な体験が読みたいこのままだと人間関係が妥協してまう一応 OK Maybe we just need a bowl. We haven't been bowling for soup. Also, joke's gonna be on us if there's a ton of shit after this whole stuff. I'm hopefully just expecting like an Imouto focused epilogue. End of the segment. Oh shit, we got some choices. Oh wait. Oh wait, do we actually only have one choice? Yeah, we can't. Okay. Baka Yankee. Oh, okay. Man, none of the choices have meant shit this game. Damn. Okay, so what do we do now? We've done all the sections. Oh, what? You can do them more? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Don't tell me they all have more. Did we ever, like, even try them? Is it possible that after we did the 3 of them all, now, like, a third in each of them, they all now have, like, a 4th and final one unlocked? Absolutely possible. Joke's on us for sure. Although I feel like, hey, let's just check. I feel like we've been doing this for 2 hours. I kind of think maybe even if there's more, that we're gonna just decide that this is. Yeah, I think let's see. Has it hit 2 hours of this yet? Okay, maybe we have like 10 minutes in us, but also this is a good stopping point. Yeah, I mean we've been doing this for like, not yeah, just short of 2 hours. Shall we just see? We can like mob through this one and see what, see if that's taking us anywhere. But I'm pretty sure that there's an additional segment now in all of them. I think it's time to go peek. Oh, actually, maybe we even. I think that's actually the play. Is that we transition into some free sounding, maybe? More free sounding, an interlude of sorts between activities. There maybe sounds a little nice. I'm thinking that's what we do, to be honest. I think we should do that. We just did 2 hours of this game. I'm done with it. I really don't like it. I want to be finished with it. I want it to end. End the game, please. Kill the game. Everyone kill the game. End the game. End the game. Okay, we're gonna do some free sounding, I guess. One sec, let me set this up. Maybe even do it with a little bit of the processing from yesterday on and see how that goes. Kind of sound. I think we're feeling summer today. Hell, since they gave it to us, maybe we're even feeling like summer pockets. Only one thing. Okay. Alright guys, we're back to some PSO gaming. We'll see how you like this version of it. This green Dez? No, that would be greater now. Let's see, it could be green Dez. I think it's green Dez. Green Dez. Let's go to green. Oh, yeah, green Dez. Ratio worth anything? I don't know, I just picked it up anyway. I like how none of us picked up the heavenly body, because presumably at least half of us got it. I saw at least one other person walk over to it. But we're all like, yeah, we have a billion of those. My computer really had to work for that PD, huh? And they say Blue Forest is a trap. And they say Blue Forest is a trap. And yet you look at the banner and you see Blue Forest HP. I feel like this party was not happy with my performance. I don't know, that was just a vibe I got. They didn't seem very quick to GG. I guess that's fine.
DJ double R.
Tactical landmine.
They say screen is not a mirror. Except for when it is. Oh my god, wait, how is it working? The screen is it what? Is it like
maybe this filter.
yeah, it does. So you can see it. This has to somehow they've been able to calculate like what kind of colors are like I'll pulled out into it. Yeah.
Maybe this is not black exactly.
Dude, the mirror is a screen. One can only perceive through the reflection. You can't truly grasp it all.
I guess it's about Hegel and the master slave dialect.
Kill the house. Can the phone even look at the kind of map? What looks like from behind? Oh, you can see if you take this angle, you can actually see it's it's upside down in reverse. Also, this is the beginning of Black Hole. We must have mixed the beginning of Black Box. Yeah, okay. I think it's highlighting people some more strong. What would be like 8 strong? Sure, we got that.
We got
Oh, it's 2 channels. The videos are different. The videos are different.
we got some collision.
Yeah. And you have the beliefs in the different rooms. It has a very interesting vibe of like having the future and the past like audible to the space where you just were. And potentially the space where you will go. Yes, the yeah, Michael was talking about seeing Carnival and things as well, and being able to like see the experience that you will be having, like from afar, and have like this way of visualizing the film and watching it like come to you and then
based on the person's habit or personality,
They soon started to have their own aides. And there's nothing, other than the desire for power, that would ever mean that they would have to be switched off.
You're locked in.
A storm is coming. You can feel the electricity being raised. It is already causing massive interruption in the network. I can feel it coming in your mind.
Fucking second Republic reference in the text edition. Plato's Republic. The allegory of the cave. It's a part of it.